Manager was determined to shut the supermarket down. He had automatic doors modified into power-generating gates. Customers had to push the doors in circles to generate electricity, and only once the power was fully charged would the doors open. After entering, each shopper was required to pay a 20,000 won fee before they could begin shopping. One woman, angry about the poor quality of the store's products, tried to return an item. Instead of being assisted, she was so intimidated by the after-sales staff that she knelt on the ground and had to make a humble petition for a refund. Only after receiving approval was she allowed to return the item. Because the new manager had a long-standing feud with the company's owner, he was bent on revenge. His plan was to ruin the supermarket from within. He deliberately hired employees with intellectual disabilities. During an interview, a thug suddenly stormed into the office, claiming he had suffered an allergic reaction from eating fish bought at the store. But the store manager insisted the supermarket hadn't sold fresh fish recently. Stunned, the thug changed his story, saying it was canned fish instead, and tried to blackmail compensation. To everyone's surprise, the manager declared that the thug had passed the interview, and the man unexpectedly landed a job at the store. Soon after, a tribesman walked in with his son. He explained that his people had come to Korea to make a living, but because they were illiterate and had no identification, none of them had been able to find work for years. Before he could finish speaking, the manager told him to bring the entire tribe to work at the supermarket. His idea was to use this group to sabotage the business, but things didn't go as planned. The tribesman's knife skills rivaled those of a 5-star chef. He could transform an ordinary fish into dishes that looked like gourmet cuisine. Customers were captivated by the presentation, and soon the seafood section was completely sold out. With the tribe joining the staff, the supermarket's sales skyrocketed. The store manager admired what seemed like the manager's sharp instincts, while the manager himself grew more and more distressed. He had never expected the tribesmen to be so good at sales. Trying to counteract this, he ordered them to carry baskets and serve as human shopping carts. Each customer was required to pay a 20,000 won cart fee before shopping. Ironically, this innovation proved popular. After a long day at work, tired customers were happy to have someone carry their groceries, and having personal guides saved them shopping time. As a result, foot traffic increased again, and the shopping cart fees added to the supermarket's profits. The manager stared at the entrance in dismay. He came up with another idea: convert the front door into a massive revolving gate. Each time a customer entered, a sensor would lock the door, forcing them to push and generate electricity before they could exit. Once the required energy was stored, the door would open automatically. The new eco-friendly revolving door was installed and put to use. The first customer followed the instructions and began pushing. At first, the door was heavy, but momentum soon made it spin faster and faster. The moment the charge was full, the door flung her straight into the supermarket. The manager was delighted with his design. Unexpectedly, the revolving door became a hit with fitness enthusiasts. People lined up outside just to exercise while shopping. A TV station even came to film a segment. Once the story aired, the supermarket, now marketed as a place where people could both shop and work out, drew in huge crowds of new customers. The store manager's admiration for the visionary manager grew even stronger. The manager himself, however, could only hold his head in his hands, utterly frustrated.